Hi, Martin. It's Andrew here from Amiga Digital. Thank you so much for allowing us to send you this SEO audit today. As you can tell from my accent, I am from Sydney, Australia. I have over 20 years of SEO experience. I've actually worked with jewelers. That's been my primary industry that I've worked with. I've got multiple case studies on amigadigital.com.au that I'm very much more than happy to share with you, and also send over you our brochure as well to attach this Loom video where you can learn a little bit more about me. So I helped another company like Last from Jewellery rank first on the search engines for engagement rings in Australia for 2 years, above some heavyweights like Tiffany, Bulgari, and Michael Hill, Prouds. So these big jewelers, so even our national, international jewelers as well. So I know this industry very, very well. I've been in it for such a long. I've worked with I've worked with jewelers pretty much for 16 of the 20 years that I've been in SEO. So jewelry SEO, you're in very good hands now that we have AI, GEO, answer engine optimization, all the different acronyms. AI has never been there's never been such a great search shift that AI has now arrived, and making sure you're bringing someone involved to help you build your search engine traffic and visibility has never been so important. Someone that's done it before, that can show you how it can get done going forward. So I'm just having a look at your Ahrefs, like our third-party data, to look at the traffic. Obviously, your traffic is quite low. And the reason that it's quite low, by and large, is we don't have an aggressive digital PR strategy. There's just not enough high authoritative, relevant news publications, magazines, wedding venues linking to Martin Oliva.co.uk, essentially, right? So we need to focus on digital PR. Digital PR is going to be a big part of reaching more customers for your brand, okay? So within SEO, there's technical SEO, digital PR/link acquisition, content marketing, and user experience. Hopefully I'm going to touch on some of those, but mainly technical and the link acquisition side. So for example, this is obviously user generated content, so it doesn't have the same amount of weight as like a normal link. But if those links that you do have, you click on this link from amigaforums.net and you click on this possible match, and it goes to a broken page of Martin Oliva. I understand you must have had /shop, so you must have been using another content management system, and you probably moved it over to Shopify. I'd really love to learn more about that. In any case, these URLs haven't been all 301 redirected, so there could be a lot of your old URLs that have not either been carried over, or for some reason they're just linking to an outdated URL. Either way, Martin, it needs to be fixed up and redirected. Unfortunately, with Shopify, we can't reinstate the URL exactly as it is, exactly as shop amiga blah blah blah, because that's basically the URL that carries the most amount of weight. It's probably been around the longest. But as a last resort, let's at least 301 redirect it to a relevant product. So I'm having a look right now at your previous shop. I'd like to know what this actually is built on. So it was WordPress. I'd love to learn why you moved away from WordPress. Was that something to do with the maintenance? I know it can be quite difficult at times without a good dev team behind you. So if I have a look at these, I'm hoping that if we go to redirectly, there you go. So your old URLs are not even redirecting. You've got a 308, which is like a permanent redirect. I like a 301, which is like a permanent move. And they haven't updated your old URLs. So your migration has failed. So we need to fix that immediately, Martin. We've got to fix that, okay, before we even look at the other parts of the website. But just going through, because I did do that. And just as a quick side note, like, you know, this 404 could not be found. It's always a good idea to have like a custom 404, like a, oh no, you know, this page is missing, but that doesn't mean that your shiny new engagement ring has to be missing, or something like that. And then links that go back to like where you want them to go. So like on Amiga Digital, we put like, let's say just our 404 page, and it says it's basically me crying, right? So if you land on a broken page, and you can either go home or start your SEO journey. Okay, so you can really see exactly. Just give a bit of humor. So if someone laughs, if my mum sees that SEO for a 4 page, she's going to actually think that she broke the internet. Whereas if you have something humor, it's like, it's okay, it's no worries. You know, you haven't lost anything. You know, at least this is another way to recoup revenue, just as a user experience tactic. So we grew this jeweler's search engine traffic by 740%. In 300% in 12 months, 740% in 18 months. You can see the traffic growth, the changes, Ahrefs reporting, and you can basically see when we started working, and bang, it climbed up. This client, Daniel Anania from Anania Jewellers, so anania.com.au, he said to say Andrew is good at his job is basically to say that Michael Eno was just a painter. Andrew is a visionary with technical bravado and actually cares about his clients getting results, being dynamic, embracing both the client's needs, the best objectives of the business. Andrew will go above and beyond the call of duty every single time. He's the most valuable asset in your arsenal, a gentleman and a lively spirited debater. You won't regret talking to Andrew, you regret not. So that's a really amazing testimonial from a client that I've worked with on and off for many, many years. And hopefully, you know, we can work with Martin Oliver, and will also leave us an amazing testimonial and SEO case study. All right, let's move on. So I had a look at your homepage. Basic things, Martin. I'm having a look at your H1. Martin Oliver, engagement rings, wedding rings, luxury watches. This is your H1. You can see the little H1. SR only. That scares me because that looks like it's hidden content. I can't find that content on the page. You can get in big trouble because that's like a cloaking. You're just hiding content. We don't want to do that, okay, because that risks getting you into big trouble. Okay, so I don't know. Make it your way. Why not just even have something that we can create something more exciting, like, you know, design a great piece of jewellery, and we don't even really need to pump engagement rings on this page because it's a home page, and a home page, you can mention engagement rings. You've already mentioned it on the page, but just give it like a summary, but it doesn't have to be specifically the engagement rings. The engagement rings page is obviously here where we target the titles and descriptions and content. Now, in your metadata, you've just got engagement rings with a Martin Oliver after, like, with a brand. So if I have a look at this, it's just engagement rings. This is a massively missed opportunity. Why not take the time to incorporate, you know, professional or designer? So if we go to, like, let's say, I haven't changed my IP. If I do that now, it's going to cut out. But if I go to google.com and I go to like engagement rings, let's say UK, for example, right? We can have a look at, let's say, you know, where to, unique engagement rings, natural engagement rings, best engagement rings UK. I know they're probably not the best sort of, you know, diamond engagement rings UK. They may not necessarily be the best keywords that you really specifically want to target, but at least, Martin, it's people also search for, like, literally Google's telling you what it is that what the customers are potentially searching for. So we want to make sure those are, all of our page titles and descriptions are fully optimized and taken to their full potential. So let's go back to your engagement rings. What I like to see you got these filters. The problem with the way in which you've done these filters, that Google cannot actually click on any of these. These can just be for users. I do like to have an element of being Google to be able to switch between pages. And I'll get more into that a little later because there's a lot there. These breadcrumbs, what do we have? Home, shop, collections. If I click on shop, I wouldn't bother with that. It just needs to be home and engagement rings. And then when you click on emerald and kite, just drop the shop. Just home, engagement rings. Maybe like you could have like a third one then, maybe home, engagement rings, emerald cut, and then 3-stone diamond ring. That would be a lot better breadcrumb than the way it is now. Also, look at your URLs. The URLs, you've just got, this is a lot of content. This has all been done for SEO and it's been done really poorly. It's been executed poorly. What I like sometimes, see how you got like these little blocks here? Every second or third row, fourth row, add some content. You know, don't be scared to especially when you've got paginated pages. This here is a little bit spammy. It's a little bit misdirected, right? Oh, I don't want to do that. So this is your H1, at least I can see it. That's good. You know, take this block of content and maybe put it into like another nice box and then come down a further couple of rows and then complement another box where you would mention this paragraph, for example. You don't want to push products down. People are there to see products. Now, moving this content completely to the bottom of the site is not very good either because that's basically telling Google you don't even care about the content that you're talking about. All right. So these URLs, solitaire what? Could they be solitaire engagement ring? Could they be solitaire engagement ring or diamond or solitaire diamond engagement rings? Just try to make sure our titles, our URLs are also descriptive. I think that's a huge part of it. When you click on, sometimes it's not like copy one. Let's get rid of copy one, Martin. Let's put something like heart shape, solitaire. I mean, wouldn't that be a lot better? We don't need lavender. The problem with lavender, doesn't get searched for. Diamond. That URL is probably now 300 times more beneficial to you generating traffic than what it was before. No one's typing in lavender. No one's typing in copy-1. Okay. We didn't get time to go through all of it right now, but there's also Google actually released a new feature, and it's basically you can submit all of your social media profiles into Google. I think it's YouTube, TikTok, X, and Instagram, and you can actually see how they perform in your Google Search Console. So I definitely recommend you do that. And that's just a little freebie today for thanking you for watching this. Blog content. Okay, so making sure that, I know we do watches as well, but just that aside, how to choose an engagement ring, best practice. You know, that's not a bad post, but what you also got to look at too is with your digital PR, what we did for a client is how much did you spend on an engagement ring, and we ran data surveys in Australia, and the data that we found got picked up by banks, by insurance companies, and they're the types of links that will build you up, drive more traffic to your website, and they are the only links that even if your competitors can see using something like an Ahrefs or a SEMrush, it'll find it very difficult to replicate. The types of links that Martin Oliva needs to build in London are the types of links that you can't get anywhere else. Your competitors can see them and can't replicate them, and that's where digital PR comes in. Thank you so much, Martin. I'm going to leave it right there with you, and I look forward to speaking with you. You can reach out to me at andrew@amigadigital.com.au. Feel free to visit the website, as I showed before, amigadigital.com.au/contact-us, and I look forward to hearing from you very, very soon. Thank you, Martin. Have a great and wonderful rest of your week.